Hi everybody, Gisele Grenier here. I thought I would do a little video for my blog because it would be so much easier doing a video instead of taking pictures of what I'm doing. I'm preparing a set of signatures for a journal that I'm making, and basically it's going to be for my what I call my daily art challenges. And the first one I'm going to do is for September, and I'm going to try very hard to do something every day. I'm going to post it on my blog, and then we can kind of go from there. And you're more than welcome to join along with me with the challenges, and we can go from there. So the first thing I need to do is I need to create my journal, and I prefer doing everything by hand instead of buying something already made. So I've prepared some on the side, and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. But what I have here is I have folios, and folios are pages that are folded, okay, and multiple folios that are stacked together is called a signature, okay. So for the actual piece that I'm making, I didn't have any paper left, so what I'm using is the actual this paper is from the Great Canadian Sketchbook. I ripped it out, trimmed it, and this is 110-pound paper, and it can accept light washes of color. So this paper I can use for drawing, graphite, colored pencil, watercolor pencils, and light washes. I'm not going to do any acrylic work in this because that's not the purpose of this particular journal. But this little example, I'm just using Terraskin, just because that's all I had left. So I basically folded my sheets up. Now with every sheet that I folded, Terraskin is great if you want to actually paint with oils because you don't have to prime it. I basically take a bone folder and I just score or burnish the outside edge, and that just makes a really, really nice fold. And I've got tons of videos on my blog about bookbinding, so there's different things. I'm just doing a very, very simple pamphlet stitch for this one. So once I fold that over, I flip that, and what I did is I measured 1.5 inches from each end, and then I made a mark right in the middle. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my awl, and I'm just going to punch a hole right through. Like on my blog, I've got really detailed videos, so check those out for all different examples. Okay, now for thread, I'm just using it's waxed string actually, and I get this from Lee Valley, and it's used for actually repairing tarps and that. It's the best I've ever found. So basically, I just measure. Okay, I measure about 4 lengths of the signature, and I'm just using a plain old simple embroidery needle. Nothing fancy. And I'm going to go from the middle hole, starting from the outside, going through the middle hole, coming out the middle here, and I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail. Okay. Then I'm going to go to either side, it doesn't matter. Come through. Go down to the other end. And then go right back through the middle. Okay. Now, the thread that's here, what I want to do is I want to feed one piece of thread underneath. So I've got a thread on both sides of the center. Okay. Just going to trim this down. Okay. And I'm going to tie a knot, a double knot. And because the string is waxed, it really makes it strong. That's it. That's all there is. And then you've got a nice pamphlet stitch. And your signature will, your folios, your pages, will actually open up flat. Okay? Now, I've got some that are already made. So what I'm doing with this is I've made them up. These signatures, okay, I have 4 folios in each signature, and what I've done is I've bound these in sets of 4, and 2 make up 1 month. Okay, so I will always put the actual month name on here, and then I will try very hard to create a daily entry in here. And if I don't do it every day, I can use the extra pages for something that I'm more creative on. This will give me every page for September, but if there's, you know, if there's a month where it's a shorter month or a longer month, then you may have less pages or more pages, and you can just, you know, adjust them as you go. So basically I have enough signatures here for September. Okay, September, October, and November. And what I'm going to do with these is that instead of making one big massive journal, I'm going to take these when I'm finished, and I'm actually going to tie them together. So each signature, when I'm done, I'm going to tie the signatures with these threads, okay? And then I'm going to go through inside and just bind these together, or I can even tie them off. It's just to kind of make one nice book, and I'll put a nice cover on it. But I've got a ways to go to do this. What I may do is just do them in sets of quarters or sets of seasons. I may do them in groups for the season, like the fall season, the winter season, spring and summer. But either way, so to make up September, and I can tie it now or I can tie it later. I'm going to tie it later because it just makes it easier to manage. And because they're so small, I can actually, you know, work with these on the sofa, or I can even work with them in bed. So just whatever I want to do. Okay, so that's basically about it. And the today's September 1st, and although I need to do an entry today, the first cover here, the first page will be, I'm just going to write the month, okay? But my actual first entry for September 1st will be on this page. Now, if I do have, if I do ever get inspired to use a full spread, I will do that. So let's say for, you know, for today's entry, I end up wanting to do a full spread. On a day where I'm not feeling so creative, I will actually just, I could take one page and cut it in half, or just put it in half and use this for one day and then this for another day. So that's about it. So then on my blog, I'm actually going to be posting little challenges every day, and they're really not meant to take hours and hours and hours because I just don't have that kind of time anymore. So I'm hoping that I can keep the challenges where they can be done in under 15 minutes. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So hopefully you can join along with me, and the basic supplies for the challenges. You're not going to need much more. You can just little tray of watercolors, watercolor pencils. You can use full watercolors with a brush, but I'm going to go over those little supplies in my next video when it actually comes to the first entry, and I'll make a little video on the supplies. But the actual entries that I do, I'll just be taking pictures and posting them. Okay, because when I videotape my actual journal entries, when it comes to actual, you know, my personal creativity, sometimes recording on a camera, I'm spending more time looking at the monitor and looking at the camera than being creative. So if there is something more of a technique, I'll videotape it, but most of the time it'll just be a picture that I post. So head on over to my blog and take a look at the first entry, and I'll talk to you later.